Cool.
You! We got it. You!
You! Alright.
So, Connor, did you know that Christopher Chibnall is a softie?
What? What do you mean?
He's a softie. He's a little cutie.
Okay. What do you do now?
Well, apparently, he said to his family that I'll be done with Doctor Who in 2022 because it's a big year for his family.
Okay.
And so that's why he's committed to leaving in 2022. So I think it's been the plan all along. I don't know why it's a big year. Maybe it's
Okay.
if it's anything like my family, it was my 21st, my dad and my mum's 50th, and then something else all happened in the same year. So maybe it's something like that where.
Right.
So just a big softie. Say what you want about his show running, but what a lovely man.
How did you hear this?
I just read it somewhere, so it's probably true, right?
Yeah. Maybe. Just some twat on Twitter, maybe. Made a little tweet.
No, I think it was a Radio Times thing or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But, yeah, interesting.
Do you think maybe that's a little cover-up to just BBC saying maybe you should leave at the end of the season?
No, I don't think so. Because the whole thing is they were meant to leave after these next 6 episodes and 2 specials.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Beeb was no, do this 100-year celebration.
Yeah.
Which I was thinking, because this sounds like it was a very last-minute thing, it's recently been added, right? Because, they were saying, it's going to be 8 episodes, which is obviously the 6 episodes, the 2 specials.
Uh-huh.
At the time, we didn't know it was going to be the last run of eps for Jodie. But, you would think that maybe they would have announced that extra special together if they planned it that far ahead. And then...
So maybe it just wasn't. They was probably just add that as well.
That's the thing. I'm is Chibber's era gonna just wrap up sort of in that second last special, and then
right, and then it's an extra little bonus.
Yeah, which to be honest, I'm not against.
True, because he would have planned the whole series.
Yeah.
Around those episodes.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Is EastEnders doing a special? Is all the BBC properties doing it? Maybe.
Surely.
Surely a Sherlock special.
Doubt
just a single one-off?
Just a single episode.
Come on, that's such a huge part of the BBC.
I think I would not, but
that'd be awesome.
They're probably going to look more
unlikely,
towards.
Though.
They're probably going to look more towards the shows that have lasted a long time, they're so saying Doctor Who.
Yeah, EastEnders definitely getting one. They'll probably a Call the Midwife. There'll be a Mrs. Brown's Boys or something like that.
Oh yeah. Fucking hell.
There'll be something. There'll be something from everyone, I think.
There will be.
Much to love.
Got a new segment for us this week.
Do we really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called
Class
Review. Classic Aidan.
Well, so because you're going to review an episode that you watched.
Well, no, I was just going to say...
That's a good
I like
that's
that.
a good title.
I think it's a good title.
I like it.
Like Big Finish, it's something that only I can talk about.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put my name in it.
Until Chris Eccleston's Sideman episode comes out.
Yes.
I listen to it.
True. Actually, I've got a finishing big as well to do.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's all me this episode.
Nah, it's fine.
It's all me.
That's all good.
Classic Who, for our Australian listeners out there, it's all on Stan.
I saw this.
It's not all on Stan.
Most of the big stories, which is cool.
It's fucking bizarre. The only episodes they've got, and it's not like they've done every episode of this, but the only episodes they have is there's about 10 Dalek stories on there, there's 2 Cybermen stories, and then there's the 3 Doctors and the 5 Doctors. And that's it. It's just a bizarre...
No Unearthly Child?
No Unearthly Child. No regeneration stories or first stories for Doctors.
Okay.
It's just it's just really random. A really random
Well, they're all
bunch.
on BritBox, aren't they?
Yeah, which again confuses me as to why they're all on here now.
Yeah, that's odd. I think when I was I was so close because Dan's been watching for the first time with the Sarah Jane stuff.
Yes, yeah.
So when we do get around to that kind of stuff, and the old classic episode here and there, I am going to jump on the old BritBox. But yeah, I don't know. Also talking of Stan, which is a streaming service here in Australia, they did just add season 12 of Doctor Who, which is really cool. But they didn't add Revolution. No, weird. Which they did with Resolution as well. Actually, they added it a couple months later.
Came late. Interesting.
Weird.
Yeah, weird. Yeah, I mentioned this to Connor off air last week. I did break the cycle slightly. The only times I've broken the rules of not watching ahead any episodes has been with Jodie's era. And the only reason I've been a little bit flexible with it is because I'm like, I feel like this show is mainly like a nostalgia trip of me and Connor just rewatching the show that was our childhood, which is mainly the first 10 seasons, I feel.
Yeah.
And then Jodie's stuff, whilst I'm not one of those people that's like, it's not part of the show anymore. It ended in season 10. But because it's so new and it's so fresh, you don't really look on it as much with them rose-coloured glasses and stuff like that.
No, I feel like you never do really. But hopefully we can. Oh, I'm just. You know what? I was thinking the other day about how I would tackle season 14. Just I think there could be some cool stuff coming up. I want a darker Doctor again. I miss that kind of like Peter Capaldi. I almost miss mostly that kind of like fairy tale season 5, the dark and gloomy, stormy kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe with a mix of like someone like I want a female Doctor next, but like someone with the gravitas of Pete.
Yeah,
in that fairy tale setting,
which is what I love so much about Jane Martin's Doctor. I think.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Sound like a broken record here, but I think she had the perfect amount of Capaldiisms, which is not a word, but I like it. Capaldiisms without feeling like Capaldi, but having her own spin on it.
I feel, and I know this is like a real obvious choice, but like, and it's such a little chance of this happening with how her stature is as an actor now. But I think Olivia Colman, I would just love, like, even if because I think we've not spoken about this on the show, but like they were saying they've not picked a new showrunner yet, but like the BBC, the gods at the BBC were saying like, when we do, as always with Doctor Who, we're going to be radical and we're going to do like crazy decisions and we're going to assess what the TV market is like
at the time.
Mm-hmm. And for me, that's like...
That sounds good in my
maybe
opinion.
we're going to get like a 6-part miniseries again, because that's the way that TV is these days, other than long-running soaps. But the most successful shows are like 6 to 8 episodes, all one story.
I guess also they got to see how this serial of episodes coming up does as well.
Yeah, so it'll be a bit of a test, I think.
Yeah. Which is like not necessarily. It wasn't what's what I'm looking for. It wasn't on purpose, but obviously what's happening at the moment.
Yeah.
Hey, experiment. There's clearly something not working at the moment, and I think we've been patient, and I think we've all expressed our thoughts and feelings. Some people a bit too much, but I think at the moment, if just going into this season with, I feel a lot happier going this season now, knowing that it's wrapping up in the nicest way possible. Because I'm like, I really want to see what happens next, who they pick. I think it'd be really interesting if they go for that darker tone. I think.
Yeah.
I want that.
I could really see like a kind of Line of Duty style in tone, and then I don't know. It's mainly because Line of Duty is a 6-part miniseries, and I watched that all recently. Mm-hmm. And I enjoyed it a lot, and so I
might get around to that one day.
I'd be keen for them to do something like that. The only thing is, like, I just don't know if there is a place in the TV market, the way TV is at the moment, for the way Doctor Who is at the moment, with like, singular episodes and stuff like that. That's not really where modern sort of game-changing TV these days is.
Yeah. Would you be mad if it took like a 5-year break or something?
I wouldn't say I'd be mad, but I wouldn't welcome it.
Yeah.
Like,
do you think it would help?
It'll help the first season or two when it comes back, but like, it's one of those things where it's been so off air the past like 3 or 4 years that if it ends, if it goes on a 5-year break,
true, though.
It's not really going to mean anything. Like, it's just going to be like, we're waiting a bit,
Yeah, no, I get that. I don't know, hey. I feel like it's so hard at the moment because, like, I feel like everyone like us and all the fans we're all just having the same conversations every week about it. We're like, I hope it goes well, I hope it's good. Yeah. We're not going to be able to talk about anything else until they... Wait, isn't it 2nd of September today? Didn't you say a trailer's meant to drop today?
It is. Oh, I didn't say it is going to drop today.
You had your theory, though. You're not quite right, to be fair.
There's a day out there with that whole hashtag Find the Doctor thing.
That's such our luck. It's going to be a week again until
we'll fucking finish recording.
Literally, I swear, probably.
Yeah, we'll get home.
Probably. Oh, nuts. Seriously?
If that happens, I'll insert mine and Connor's reaction
here. Oh my god, it was so
Wow,
good.
it was
Look at that, bro.
I really
can't believe it.
I really hope there wasn't anything because that'd be.
I
really
really
fun.
didn't believe they'd bring Jack back in the trailer.
Can't
but there
believe
you go.
Jack's back.
Wow, you see John Barrowman's still like going to like conventions and stuff.
Yeah, that is crazy, isn't it?
Oof.
Oof.
I guess it just still happens.
So hopefully he's learned his lesson and he's stopped whipping it out like he did in that trailer we just watched.
Oh, days.
Damn.
Wow. I mean, the BBC have probably got such a hard job right now if John Barrowman's film scenes for the show.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Oh, crumbs.
I don't reckon he'd be in it. I don't know. Weird time.
It's happened before. Like I know with like Deadpool 2, the whole TJ Miller he did like a whole. I don't know if you know TJ Miller. I don't know if you know him.
I know the name.
Yeah, he did this whole like really weird like fake bomb scare, and they'd already shot the second Deadpool, and they pretty much like they had a first trailer he was in, the second trailer he was barely in it, and it was just way too late to cut him out of the movie because he was already in it. But yeah, it's like he's obviously not going to be in the third movie. But
are they doing a third one? I feel like that second one was ages ago. I don't really remember it.
I don't really care anymore.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I can't deal with this shit anymore.
So done with that shit, aren't you?
It's just all the Spider-Man stuff. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like, but Raimi trilogy is the only thing I care about. All the Raimi stuff is.
You don't like the Amazing Spider-Man?
I mean, it'll be cool to see it, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Dying to see it.
Yeah, you're gonna go see Shang-Chi? Is that what it's called? The Legend of the Ten Rings?
Oh, yeah, probably at some. I might wait till Mitch left today. My best friend Mitch left today for his swing at mining, so he's back in like 2 weeks. I might just wait for him.
Yeah.
I'm not in a rush to see. I hear it's quite good actually. But everyone says that.
Yeah.
What wild movie people panned over the years?
I've heard a few like critical ones though. Like people that I trust critically coming out saying that it's actually quite good. I know Grace Stuckman said it's.
Yeah, I saw Stuckman said that as well. And like, I watched Grace Randolph and stuff, and she really liked it, and John's really liked it. Yeah, I hear it's really good. Look, I'll probably see it, but I'm not rushing. And it came out today in Australia.
Did it? I think I'm seeing it next Thursday.
Yeah, see, like a week. That's the only why I'd wait probably now. It's like a week or something. Yeah. Like I just go and like.
Good segue.
Yeah.
Finally watched the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, someone asked you about that.
I only took me like a month or so. Got to see my bae Pete.
So did you like it?
Really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Yeah,
it's cool, isn't it?
It's really good. It's bizarre. It's weird. It's fucking weird, man.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I feel like maybe I know I'm just going to sound like such a Pete fan saying this, but I feel like maybe Pete was a bit underutilized.
No, he was. Yeah, I agree.
He only really got one good scene.
I said the exact same thing. Yeah.
And
that is a shame.
And considering, like, I know he wasn't the villain of the movie, but he could have been more than he was and have a bit more of a presence. Agree. But they just kind of wrote him along for the ride a bit.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Though I really had fun with it. I saw it 3 times, I think. Yeah, wow. 3 times. I had a lot of fun with it actually. But no, I totally agree. But it was just awesome to see him in a big
blockbuster.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
It was crazy. There's that slow-mo shot where they're all walking a line, and I just sat there and I was like, "Fuck me." Peter Capaldi is he shot this scene alongside Margaret Robbie, John Cena, like all these fucking powerhouses.
Idris Elba.
Yeah, exactly. They were all there hanging out.
I know it's honestly, it warms my heart that he did a James Gunn movie. It really, I continue to love James Gunn. He's far from perfect. I don't think his films are like the best thing ever. Like I've definitely got my problems with the movie, but I really had fun with it. Same with the Guardians movies. As much as I talk about how much I love the second Vol 2, I still have my issues with it. Yeah. Like I never watch it and go, "This is perfect," but I just have a warm place in my heart for those. But yeah, unless that's the thing unless it's like a James Gunn film, I'm not really rushing anymore to. There was a time where I absolutely would nut over the Marvel films, but I don't know, not so much anymore. I think
I feel like I nut more than you over them now, just because
times change. I think.
I know. I don't know. They're like a guilty pleasure now.
They're fun. You can't deny it.
Yeah,
they're fun, and they're mostly well made. Like you can tell that isn't Marvel just the most insane powerhouse? What Black Widow came out a month ago. Now it's Shang-Chi. November is Eternals, December is Spider-Man, March is Doctor Strange.
And in the meantime, we've also had 4 TV shows this year. 5 with What If.
It's a movie. Do you know how fucking long movies take to make? This is insane. I don't know, COVID kind of got them all like loaded up and ready to go. But man, they're dropping like four movies every year. That is insane.
It is crazy, man.
That is absolutely bonkers. I do kind of miss the times when like someone like Nolan would craft like The Dark Knight over like 3 years. But
I was saying this.
Oh well.
I've said this a few times about as much as I love TV these days, they put so much effort into it and there's so much money involved in it that they can make these really good, high quality products now. But I miss the days where it's like, you're like, October, Mandalorian time, like, which Mando did for the first 2 seasons, but now we've got a break before season 3. And same with Doctor Who. Like, I appreciate that it's not like they've stopped working. They're working all around. It just takes longer to make.
Yeah.
But we have these like 1.5 or a bit less than that waits between shows. And I think I said this a while ago. I hope that Who maybe goes back to a bit of a balance where it doesn't have to be the most well-made show in the world, but just I want to see it more regularly. Or the alternative, like I wouldn't mind 8 episodes a year, 6 or 8 episodes a year. Just have it like every April or something. It comes out and a festive special. That's another segue.
I'm
ready.
Wow.
I'm rearing.
That was good.
I've got
smooth, clean.
So what I was going to say was, so this 100-year anniversary thing is like October, November.
Yep.
Makes you think.
Next year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes you think, is this the last we're going to see of Christmas specials or New Year specials as well? Because if this special is coming out in November, it means the next hour of the show is either going to start on Christmas or New Year's Day, or there's not going to be a special, and then the season will start when the season starts later in 2023. And then, at that point, it's like, do you kind of think that maybe the BBC is going to be like, we've not been doing Christmas specials for a few years. New Year's specials are never as big of a deal. Like, we'll just scrap them. Do you think this could be the end of the special?
I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like there was a big uproar when they got rid of Christmas specials.
But did they do anything about it?
No, I don't know. They listen to us. Christ. Do you think that this is the people who literally tune in every week, regardless of how bad it is?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. I wish
it's
I
so
did.
Weird.
And that's a good point. There's always something, even episodes like next week where I haven't rewatched it yet, but from memory it was never that good. But I think there's still something so fun about a Christmas special. It's always makes me feel a bit warm and cozy inside, like I'm wearing a Christmas sweater or something.
It's cozy, isn't it?
Especially when like we're kind of getting closer to Christmas now. Like when we did Christmas Carol, it was like fucking ages ago. Like
I'm excited for Christmas. After that Ted Lasso Christmas special, I'm keen.
I need to watch Ted Lasso as well. Now
you haven't watched it, have you?
I've got 2 episodes of Sopranos left, so I'm gonna start probably Ted Lasso next.
I think you'll really like Ted Lasso.
I watched the first 2, I think.
Took me the first 4 to be like, I really like this.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the show, I was like, this is one of my favourites of all time.
I do that sometimes. I watched The Sopranos last year. I watched like the first 4 and then stopped.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I rewatched the first 4 again and then continued with my watch for The Sopranos. So I'll do that again with Ted Lasso. I'm not that kind of person. It's like, I've already watched the first 2.
Like 8 years ago.
Yeah, literally. It's like, I'll watch the first 2 again. But yeah, it's weird though because like I felt like we had no TV, and then the remainder of this year, there's a new season of Doctor Who, there's a new season of Curb Your Enthusiasm, there's a new season of Sex Education, and I love all those shows.
Interesting.
So it's like, it's weird to go from like nothing to all 3. All 3 of them are probably going to be, apart from Sex Ed, I think Curb and Doctor Who are going to be airing at the same time, which is so cool. Like, I think it's really nice to have that back. But yeah, I need a show on the side to watch, and because Sopranos is quite heavy, so 2 episodes left of that, and then I'm done. So I'm like,
Ted Lasso, for the most part, pretty much every episode leaves you just feeling super uplifted. There is like, I'm sure it'll happen again this season, but towards the end of season 1, you obviously get the cliffhanger episodes that kind of make you go a bit like, oof. But for the most part, most episodes.
Everyone in my life is watching it. Like,
it's so good.
Everyone in my life, Dylan, Vinny, Mitch, Dan, everyone is watching it, and I'm like, okay, I get the picture. Mm-hmm. It's airing weekly though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what episode up to now?
I think we've done 6 of season 2.
And there's 10.
Yeah.
By the time catch up, it'll probably be probably have to wait week by week. So which is never a bad thing. I don't mind that, but like it'll be cool just to binge it. Yeah, so I want to watch that, and I've heard Invincibles is good, so I want to watch that. Which is
that's the animated show.
Yeah, now it's in Prime. Yeah, it's got Stephen Young and
I've not seen it, but
J.K. Simmons and stuff's in it as well. So yeah, I'm keen. There's so much to do, so much to watch,
so much to see, so much to listen to.
Finishing.
It's time for finishing big. I'm so full of these segues today. Not much to say other than I finished Chris Eccleston's second box set.
Okay.
So much better than the first. The stories, I enjoyed all three of them. All three of the stories were great. They're just standalone adventures. And Chris is he's just on fire. He's so engaging.
I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad that he didn't phone it in. Not saying he was going to, but I know he doesn't really like the show, so it could have been easy to be like, fuck it, I'll just come back and spit my lines out and get out of it as soon as I can.
They have like a so it comes with like 4 things when you get when you buy it. It comes with 3 episodes and then 1 like hour long behind the scenes, and it's just like interviews with the cast and crew.
Is it like got footage? You got emailed like a video?
No, you just listen to like interviews with the cast and crew, and there's like a bit with Chris where he's just like they're talking about the first script, which is probably the best one of this box set, and Chris is like, this is one of the best scripts ever. This script, it deserves to be televised, and just picture that in Chris's voice. And I was like, fuck, he's really having a good time. Like,
so come back then, sir. There is a 60th anniversary. Don't know if you know. None of people bring this up to you, but they do anniversary specials.
No, I think he's like, since like the BBC boycotted him when he left, I feel like he's like, don't want to do BBC anymore.
Anything can happen, I think. I mean, you couldn't tell me.
Man in my bedroom. Quite literally.
Oh god! I was just gonna say, like, you couldn't tell me that like all of Raimi's stuff was coming back for like Spider-Man and stuff. Like, and, they'll deal with that. Like, they can deal with there being an older doctor. Like, do you think we really care? Like, we're like, yeah, it doesn't really make sense anyway.
Yeah.
Something tells me my heart's going to be crushed like a measly grape for the 60th.
Yeah.
Wait for none of our doctors to return. wait for that to happen.
Jodie will return with the 14th Doctor.
Yeah, literally, that'd be so odd, her leaving a few months ago.
She won't come back.
What? Really?
No, not for this season. Maybe down the line, but I...
What, you don't think she'll come back for the 60th?
I think I wouldn't be against it.
That would be odd.
But it would just... Yeah, it'd be odd that... She's like, there'll be like a big deal, and they'll be like, final episode. And then 365 days later, they'll be like, she's back.
I mean, how long had David been gone? He'd been gone like at least 5 years.
Yeah, I think it was 4. I think it was 4 years.
Because he left in 2010.
2010, yeah, and the special was 20... And he left first day of 2010, and his special was end of 2013, so...
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, again, that's what I mean by it's just gonna probably not go the way we think it is.
It's not going to go the way you'll think. What's that from?
Yeah,
is that Doctor Who?
I know it's like, this isn't going to go... I know that. Oh my god.
What is that from?
That's
Is it Doctor Who?
This isn't going to go the way...
Oh, it's Last Jedi.
That's it.
It's Last Jedi.
And Ryan's like, I said it in the trailer.
So why did you think...
Y'all can't get annoyed at me.
Y'all so thick.
Yeah, can't get annoyed at me.
Thick?
What, Dorian?
Yeah, that's it. Good. Nice one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Talk about the Wedding of River song today, baby.
We love a good wedding. 50% podcast.
Wow. This is a highly anticipated episode, I think, for me and Connor to review.
Oh yeah.
Hope you don't mind my feet just on the table here, Connor. We're in person today.
Hey man, it's your office.
That's right.
Just do whatever you like.
I just smacked my legs onto the desk like a boss ass bitch. Connor and I reviewed this episode.
I was going to say that
a long long time ago.
That was weird, wasn't it? You ran, we were just like, we haven't collabed in a while.
Yeah.
This is back when we were uploading all the time.
Yeah.
And you were like, I don't know whose channel it's going to go on. I don't even know why, but we should just meet up and do a review for the Wedding River song. And I think you came to my house. I think
I did.
And it never went to air.
We just didn't do it, did we? Like, well, we did the review, but
we did the review, but it never went anywhere.
Yeah.
And then that's even before we did our season 11. Technically, we reviewed season 11 on YouTube.
The first 7 episodes. I don't think we finished.
I think we got to Witchfinders.
I don't think we did Witchfinders.
Okay, maybe not actually.
Maybe not. You might not have the file still, but
I think I went off to Gold Coast, and then we had to film 2 reviews in one. I think we could review Kablam and Witchfinders in one, and then we never reviewed It Comes For You, whatever it's called.
It Takes You Away.
Sorry, Dylan, he's going to hang me for saying that name wrong. Yeah, so yeah, for the OG fans, you would probably know we did that.
I really doubt that anyone that's listening now, those episodes were getting 3 listens a week. I don't think...
No.
One
got 250 views or something. Wow, I don't know why. It was
big, Connor.
I think it was a rat in the UK or something.
Well, to be fair, what a great episode.
Spooky spiders.
So, Connor and I have always known how much we both just think this is one of the worst episodes of Doctor Who ever. And you know what?
Yeah.
I went into this episode being I know I'm not going to love it, but I'm prepared that, in this big rewatch that me and Connor have been doing, there's been episodes that I thought I would dislike, but I found things I love in them.
Yeah. Not the case for you?
Worse, man! It is the worst piece of television that I've seen in a long, 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 long time.
It's really bad.
It's by far Moffat's worst script for the show.
Yep. Totally agree.
And just the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep No More, I don't know, maybe that might fight it for the wooden spoon. But
for me, this was the worst episode of Doctor Who until I think I watched season 11, episode 4.
Alright, it's in the UK? Oh, it's Saranga.
5?
That's 5.
Saranga. Yeah, 5. I think that took the cake, I think.
Mm.
But then now the worst final, in my opinion, is the season 11 final, which is just the Battle of Avkolos, where the fuck it's literally the worst.
Here's my
so bad.
Here's why this gives me grief. Is that I think if that was a random episode, I think it would have been fine.
Yeah, I totally agree. Great. Yeah.
But just the fact that it
totally agree.
was a final is what lets it down. So I don't know if you can say it's the worst one.
Final.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say, isn't it?
I'd say it is because even this episode, there's little things there's tiny little things
There's 3 things I like in this episode.
Is one of them Matt Smith's haircut?
No.
You don't like his long hair?
Didn't like his long hair.
Do you like his fake beard?
No.
Okay.
Good stuff. So today we're talking about...
Those are 2 out of the 3.
I'll get to those in a bit. Today, Wedding of River Song. The Wedding of River Song is the 13th and final episode in the 6th series of the British science fiction television series Doctor Who and was first broadcast on BBC One on the 1st of October 2011. It was written by lead writer and executive producer Stephen Moffat and directed by Jeremy Weeb. It's actually Webb, but I think Weeb is funnier. In the episode, the archaeologist River Song, Alex Kingston, is programmed by the religious order The Silence to kill the alien time traveler, the Doctor, Matt Smith, to prevent the first question from ever being asked on a planet called Trenzalore in the Doctor's future. She refuses, and they end up in an alternative timeline, where all of time is running simultaneously and beginning to disintegrate. The Doctor tries to restore the universe with the help of River and the alternate universe versions of the companions Amy Pond, Karen Gillan, Rory Williams, Arthur Darvill. It is revealed that he had already planned escape by posing as himself using the shape-shifting Tesselector. I want to give that synopsis to someone who's never watched the show before and just see what the fuck they think of it, because
it's as dumb as it sounds.
I don't know what I just read, to be honest.
Oh god.
Interesting. Jeremy Webb doesn't have a Wikipedia page. Gonna have a quick look.
So we can't see if he's done anything else.
Well, it probably means he hasn't, which is just so weird.
I know.
Of this series, there's so many one-time directors. This guy. Oh, this is why he did it. Because he did so well with The Curse of the Black Spot. Let's give him the final.
What?
Well, no, they would have already known that at the start, but yeah,
it's
bizarre.
So weird.
Oh, he worked extensively on Merlin, apparently. And now he's directed episodes of Altered Carbon, The Umbrella Academy, and Legion.
Okay, I hear those are good shows. Last two.
And Death is the Only Answer. That's a six-part miniseries I've heard of. He directed that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. There you go. That's him. That's all for Jeremy Webb.
For the life of me right now, I'm trying to remember how it starts.
This episode is such a mess. And there is so many scenes that are just like...
Yeah.
They're just like scenes.
Doesn't it... From memory, again, I was a bit pissed from the pub, but it has the massive, previously, and then it starts with the flying cars.
I think so.
Pterodactyls.
And, the dino... The dinos.
Do you know what really upsets me? I was, gonna bring this up as, a really cool thing. It's so cool they brought back the actor who plays Charles Dickinson. And what was it last week?
I
know. He said in the crew chat he's transphobic. And I was like, for fuck's sake! What is it with people in Doctor Who? It's such a Doctor Who's such a
so filthy
for that community. Doctor Who is so important, but for some reason there's so many people.
It's so bad.
Who worked on it who were just really terrible.
Just real.
I was gonna say though, that's a really cool thing they did. They brought back the actor who played Charles Dickens from episode 3 of season 1. That's such a cool throwback.
That is cool. And I dig, I don't know, actually, no, it looks shit. All of the CGI just looks shit, and I just don't like the start of it at all.
It sounds good on paper what it was trying to do with the whole,
Fuck yeah, it does.
There's a Centurion, at the traffic lights, look, taking away the fact that he's a transphobe, the idea of him sitting down on a BBC breakfast channel to talk about his Christmas special that's a cool idea.
It's bizarre.
I'll leave that at that because I'm not trying to upset anyone. I know that stuff can really hurt people's feelings.
Yeah.
But yeah, taking aside that, I thought that there was a cool little thing, but yeah, regardlessly. We've got Aidan here, the fact checker, to let us know.
I thought we could consult the... I thought,
I'm pretty sure it does start with that, it just starts... Yeah, it does, yeah. It starts with the gherkin, and it just starts with, there's a fucking train. And...
Fucking dinosaurs on a planet. Oh, the fucking Silurian.
Oh, yeah,
gee whiz. Winston Churchill, that's what I thought was cool, freezing Churchill back.
Cool. Churchill was really cool. There's some stuff like that. I remember you always made this point when we were younger. You were like, "Why aren't the Raptors? Is that what they're called? The Raptors from Rose's season 1 from Father's Day."
Oh, the Reapers. The
Reapers, yeah.
Yeah. Why are they not there?
Because you're when you're like, why weren't they there? And I'm like, good point actually.
Well, no, because I always thought that, and then when I rewatched season 1, or when we watched season 1 recently, I noticed that they're not like gods. They're not creatures that are there to protect time or something. They're creatures that are parasite's the wrong word, but I guess parasite-esque in terms of they're just a little swarm of creatures that when there is a time disruption,
time limits in history,
they'll fly there and fucking feed on it. So they're not there to necessarily.
They're such cool creatures, though. That was awesome. We do see pterodactyls for a brief moment.
We do.
There's a little guy eating a sandwich, and it.
Oh no!
It decides to fly down and try and attack her.
Good.
And was it 2 minutes past 5 or something like that?
Yes, 5:02.
Yes. Yeah. It's always 2 minutes past 5.
That's so dumb. Just the fact that they're what time is it? It's 2 minutes past 5.
That short of Churchill, it's
yeah.
It's how close up. It's what time is it? It's a real close up. It's always 2 minutes past 5.
2 minutes past 5.
Get the prisoner, and Matt Smith comes out. Oh, I hate this. It's oh, you always say it's nothing. Is there anything you say? You bloody dickhead. It's the only thing you keep saying.
Tell me
what happened to time. Oh, it's so bad. Stop. It's just so cringy.
It's fucking bad.
At least it's the last time I ever have to hear when I was a little girl. Oh god. I wonder if that's on the BBC iPlayer in the UK and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Because I feel your pain if you have to rewatch the season 6 episode. It's not on the Blu-ray and listen to that stupid.
When I was a little girl.
I hate it. It's like you're watching the show. You already know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Kill me.
Fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, at least you get the title sequence where you get a little bit of time to...
You get 45 seconds to wipe the sweat from
Did you have any issues with the time sequence? Is this the last time we get... No.
It is the
second last time?
Second last time we get, like, just the standard...
Yeah.
Series 5, 6 title sequence, because then Star Series 7, it's color graded a bit differently, and then they have, like, the different logos for each time. And then Series 7B is when we get the completely new sequence, which I love.
We need a bit of a change, I think, alone. Like,
yeah, something's wrong with this season.
I was thinking today at work, how fresh was Season 5? Like, something has happened to Doctor Who in this season.
Something that's fun. You know what is just so dumb? And look, Moffat made the big decision to split the season up. Moffat made the big decision to split the season up. Mm-hmm. I get it. And I feel like he was like, we've only got 6 episodes. Don't want to do a 2-parter for the finale, because that means they're only getting 5 stories.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Why is it only 45 minutes long? Like, you could have. I'm sure BBC would have been like, yeah, go on, do 60 or something. Like, this is the most rushed fucking mess.
He almost gave himself something just like too tough to just like fucking handle. Like, I mean, what the fuck is like? How are you supposed to summarize all of this season, which is the most convoluted thing, in like a 45-minute final?
It's fucked.
The Dalek shows up
because they had to.
They had to, as you said last week. Actually, for people who didn't know, I didn't know that until you told me that a while ago, like back at school.
Yeah. Well,
Paranation or something like that.
I think in the original script, Moffat didn't even have the Dalek in it. And they didn't say why he put it in, but I guess it lines up with what we know, that Daleks are contracted to be in every season. So I guess that's why he wrote in the...
I remember when I saw it as a kid, I was like, oh, it's pretty cool. But now it's just like, you can so tell it's just like shoehorned in. And it's just like, you know how hard it is to kill it? Like, remember there was like an entire episode dedicated to how hard it was to kill a Dalek?
Yeah.
And now we just start with it like completely yeeted on the floor somehow.
And then eye stalk on the table.
Yeah.
You know one thing, okay, time for one of my 3 things.
Okay.
Woo! Also, I just realised I didn't actually get to the point of my classic Who segment, but I'll get back to that later.
That's true, actually.
Because the stand thing was just part of it. One of my 3 things that I like about this episode. Number 1 is what we're doing now. And I don't think it's done well, but I like that at least he tried. Is that because the episode is so crazy and wacky, I feel like Moffat was like, I need to do something to make it kind of a little bit more like just challenging. So I feel like he went with this non-linear storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you know, there's a lot of like cutting back and forward between scenes to make other scenes make sense.
He's telling Winston Churchill's story, yeah.
Yeah. And even beyond that, they do a bit more stuff with it later on. And I think that was a smart move to kind of keep the story going. But the thing is, there is so much going on in this episode already that it didn't help. It I think maybe backfired a little bit and made it a little even more crazier. I don't know, man. It's a crazy episode.
I do like the Tesselector. Is that what it's called? I always say it wrong. Tesselector. I actually like this idea. I don't like how it's utilised, but I think it was cool they brought him back. I like how that. To be fair though, like you can, even when I was watching it for the first time, like in the previously trailer, they make a big effort to summarise them in Let's Go Hitler, and you were like, hang on a minute, they're clearly going to show up again, otherwise it would be.
The moment they rock up in the previous trailer, you can just go, well, that's how he wins.
That's just general knowledge when they're trying to recap you on something. It wasn't even a surprise. You're like, oh well, of course, like you know, you literally kind of spoiled that. Yeah. But I again, obviously it is all that big reveal and it's him in the end in the body, which we'll get to. But I think that's kind of cool. Do you like Mark Gatiss playing chess?
Yes, that was funny. Apparently Moffat thinks that chess was such a boring game, so he was like, I want to make it into
live chess.
I want to make it. I want to make the most boring game in the world into one of the most deadliest sports anyone could ever play. And so that's why he made live chess.
I can't play chess.
Really?
No.
I enjoy it, actually. I quite enjoy it.
And I watched the whole of Queen's Gambit. I didn't know how to play chess.
Yeah, well, not
Did you
much
see that?
So I can't relate.
You'd really like that, I reckon.
Okay.
Even for non-chess lovers like myself who can't even play. Mark Gatiss, was this his 3rd time now in Doctor Who?
Yeah, Danny Boy to the doctor, and then
if we count Danny Boy, do you think Mark just like, oh, I'll do it? Do you think, or like, do you think Steven's like, we'll get Mark to do it? Like, why is he in so much of it?
The big one for me, like, I get like, he's been writing for the show over like 10 years. He does, so I feel like he earns to show up every now and then. But like, the big one for me is Sherlock. He's like the head writer, like along with Moffat, and he makes himself one of the main characters. It's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with it.
I think he does great in Sherlock, to be fair. That's the one time I think he's been casted, and I'm like, okay, that actually is good casting.
Really good, I think, yeah.
But it is pretty narcissistic to be like, oh, I'll do it.
Yeah. Like, did they set out to do it, or did they go, they sat there and they were like,
they did the whole casting, and they're like, I reckon I should just do it. Like,
Mark and Moffat are just like going through all the casting applications, and then Mark Swan rocks up, and Moffat just
how did that get there?
I don't know.
I don't know. Hey, it's pretty interesting. Like, I don't know. It's lucky that it actually it's lucky that Mycroft was actually perfect casting to be Mark Gaddis.
And I think he even just gets better throughout the show, doesn't he? Like, say what about season 4, but Mycroft gets a bit of a spotlight in season 4, I think, and in that finale, he's brilliant, I think.
He rocks up in Game of Thrones here and there as well. He's done quite a few things, actually. So
he's in just a lot of British
yes,
things,
he is an established actor. Like, I do get as well that, like, he
Christopher Robin?
What, with Ewan McGregor? Yeah. No, I haven't. Is he in that?
Yeah, he's...
He plays Pooh.
I don't...
Probably.
I don't want to say he's the villain, but, like...
No!
Nah, that'd be the wrong word. He's not a big role. He's in, like, 4 or 5 scenes. He just plays, like, a mean guy.
He plays chess.
He plays chess, that's right.
Not live chess, though.
Not live chess. So, the Doctor wins live chess, right?
No, he forfeits, actually.
Right.
It's like, if you forfeit, you can
Correct.
I'll take you to Dorian on Podori.
Woo!
That's
exactly where I wanted to go.
Yeah,
to the Headless Monk Cave.
I work for the Silence. They were killed
me.
It's like, what even is it? He's got like a trident helmet with like...
He's like a space Viking.
Not pigtails and all that. Odd.
Space Viking.
He's like, there are no rats down here. The skulls all eat them. It's like, what? That makes zero sense. I like the... You're so right, though, about the whole Indiana Jones vibe. I do like the set design, but...
Yeah.
Man, that trapdoor scene is just... We're in season 6 now. I'm going to start being a bit harsher.
It's edited. A lot of this episode, actually, is edited really bad. And that trapdoor scene is one of those moments where, like, they just put, like, 5 shots together really quick. And then
there's a bit of, like, slow-mo, like, no! And the Doctor's, like, cares about him. The man who just literally tried to murder him. He's like, oh, fuck. And then the skull's like...
They turn...
He's like, oh, and it's like that close.
That was the moment where I went, this episode sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I'm only 10 minutes in.
I think that was it for me. That was it for me.
It's so shit.
And then Dorian wakes up and he's like, oh, hello, Doctor. How you going? How you going, mate? Been a bloody while, mate. I got beheaded,
Yeah.
Somehow he's still alive. I like how because Dorian was rich, so that's kind of a cool idea. The headless monks, for some reason, though, saved his head. Like, I guess that kind of makes sense. Probably not. Cuts back to good old Winston, and they're like walking around the. Are they in Buckingham Palace? Are they meant to be in Buckingham Palace?
No, I think it's like the Senate room or something.
I don't know.
I am the Senate.
I am.
That's what I sort of said.
Okay.
Hold on, let's fucking talk about this whole Dorian stitch up.
Okay.
Just like. Why? Like, the head thing doesn't, like, I get, okay, are they just headless monks? When they behead people, they don't die? Is that what we're meant to believe? Is that right?
No, to be fair, they did say, like, because Dorian was rich, they kept him alive, and then the rest of the skulls were from the beheaded.
Oh.
That makes no sense.
But the rest of the skulls also move.
I know, don't ask me.
Dorian has Wi-Fi?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
God knows what he's been up to.
So, it's a classic Moffat, like...
Well, probably.
Your internet history.
Well, like, yeah. It's what? He's got, like, a chip in his head that you can look at anything.
Yeah.
So I keep myself entertained.
But, like, no, because you just give yourself blue balls. Because you
can't. He's already got 3 balls. Are you serious? Did you mean to say that?
No.
I'm pretty sure even when you don't have balls, you don't get any, like, sexual stimulus.
So he's not watching porn?
No, because, like, you don't get any testosterone, which I think is what makes you horny. I don't know, I think.
So he's just watching YouTube or something?
I think if you got your balls gone, you don't get horny. I don't know. I actually don't know. I've got balls, so they're still attached for now.
Okay, for now.
Nah, my girlfriend's purse. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke. No, I think once they're gone, you don't get horny. So yeah, I don't think Moffat could crack any jokes if he wanted to.
Yeah, shit. Well, it's just weird. I just don't know why does he take Dorium again? Why does he take him?
He's got information on the science thing, and he's like, oh, they're a religious order and all that. He's like, why are they going to die? Why are you like silencios to fix point in time and stuff? And then he's like talking to Winston about it. And they're like walking around the, where the fuck they are. And it's like, I kind of like how they're like, it's kind of cool how they're like, they're arming themselves. I was like, well, I arm myself. I feel like I've been running. And it's like,
that was interesting. Yeah,
oh, we just went for a walk. That was like, it's a cool little thing in like in a swarm of shit.
Instantly ruined. When they look up and it's just like...
That's the second bit. I know. Wait, have you said only one thing you like?
I've only said one thing I like. Yeah.
I know your second thing.
What is it?
It's the Brigadier, isn't it?
It certainly is.
That is really good.
That entire 3-minute scene is great. Like obviously the homage to the Brig is fantastic. Smith handles it so well, and I feel like he handles it with respect. I feel like he knows, without knowing much about the show, I'm sure someone's told him who the Brigadier is and stuff like that, and he understands that this is such a big character and how much it would have hurt the community at the time. I didn't really know who he was back in 2012, so it didn't really...
He rocks up in Sarah Jane Adventures. That's the only way I really knew him.
Yeah, I believe he was going to come back in some later Russell stuff, I think, or later in Sarah Jane or something. Or maybe it was Stolen Earth or something. He was going to
Okay.
Russell was intending to do a reunion with the Doctor at some point.
Okay.
And just obviously never got to happen.
Yeah.
Which is a big shame. But I just thought that scene from everyone was handled beautifully. But then even outside of that, the bits where he's like, I can go out on all of Jack Stack's nights on one night.
I can help Rose Tyler with her homework. Yeah.
I thought that was great.
But he's never laid the glove on me. Yeah, that was good.
And I love how that worked into the plot. And I love how that was when he was like, it's time. It's time. Quite literally, that's what he says. That's when...
That scene was very good, actually.
I just think it was amazing. Yeah, it was literally doesn't deserve to be...
And the score was beautiful as well. The score really helped.
It did,
as always, yeah.
Not only, this scene didn't deserve to be in this shit of an episode. Didn't even deserve to be in this shit of a season. This scene was, above and beyond everything else we've got this season, I think. And, yeah, that's number 2. That's the second thing I love. And I loved it a lot. No, I remember, as a kid, I was like, oh, they're going to do Sarah Jane, because Liz Sladen had just died as well.
Oh, yeah.
And then, as a kid, I think I was like, oh, it would hurt the Doctor too much, so that's probably why they've not done it, which I think is true, and probably why they've never referenced Sarah dying.
Yeah.
Liz dying, sorry. But I also now know, I'm pretty sure she died I think we did the behind the scenes, and I think Liz died a week or a few days before The Impossible Astronaut came out.
Right.
So this would all have been shot and done already by then. So it would have been too late to add stuff in for it. Right. Pretty sure Impossible Astronaut in the credits or something.
I was going to say, I'm sure I saw that.
Yeah, I think it said in loving memory of Elizabeth Sladen.
Yeah.
God, she's great. So looking forward to doing some Sarah Jane down the line.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's going to be really great. And to see the Brig, obviously. The Brig gets mentioned once in Sultana Strategy. But Moffat does this, and then in Dark Heaven, the Brigadier's corpse is literally flying around in a fucking Cyberman suit.
I forgot about that.
And it saves Kate Stewart because she falls out the airplane. What is that about? How is that respectful?
Oh,
that's so bad.
I forgot. Because since getting all these collection box sets, I really feel like I've gotten to know Brig as a character. Especially, I've told you this before, in John Pertwee seasons, he's based on Earth for the entire season, pretty much. And, so
they take his TARDIS.
They take out one of the
that was right,
mechanic bits of it.
Classic plot device.
Yeah. And so the Brigadier's in almost every episode for like 24 episodes a season for like 3 seasons worth, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's just part of the family. He's part of the team. So it is this scene really hit me differently this time.
It's really good.
I like. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I really like it. Hey.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good in a sea of shite.
Mm.
But also, even there's this one little bit after that, where just after the Brigadier scene, it's like a brief, maybe 30 seconds, where like Church was like, "But why do this? This is the part that I find hardest to believe. Why would you invite your friends to your death?" And it was like, I'm gonna butcher the line, but it's something like. My friends are the best part of me. If I was gonna die, I want them to be with me, or something like that.
Yes, that's right.
So yeah, we had a brief like 3 minutes of some really good dialogue and some very emotional scenes, and then that's when we get the Doctor like flips his spear around. It's like, and there's like all the science on the roof, which looks
so bad,
and I hate so much Pond, Amelia Pond. What was that about?
It's just fucking shite.
What was that about?
It just looks bad. No, I can't.
What was that about?
I can't.
Yeah.
I hate it so much.
And then he like wakes up on a train and he's on his way to Area 52, which is somehow in a pyramid.
Number 3.
Okay.
Third thing I like the aesthetic of the train. I like the choo-choos. I like the sun coming through the blinds. I like the colours. And I didn't mind the scene. The scene where Doc and Amy were like chatting. It's kind of nice. And then it ended quite funny with the whole like he holds up the photo of Rory, of what Amy thinks is Rory on the drawing.
Prince Charming.
And Prince Charming. And and he just laughs. I think that was nice.
What I don't get though is maybe I'm just missing something here. Why why the fuck was the Doctor like locked up? How did he get there?
Because Amy's kinky.
No, I meant in Winston Churchill's place. Like, never gets answered. He's just telling the story, and then Amy comes and takes him. Like, you never realise why he's there. Yeah, you don't. Isn't that weird? Isn't this something they probably should have thought out?
You'd think.
I don't know why, but he's just there, and he's like imprisoned.
You just got to believe it, Con. That's it.
Something must have happened. He's got long hair. Is that Matt Smith's real hair? Is it
no, I don't
long?
think so. No, it was the last episode shot, so
I love how he like he shaves his beard. His shitty it's not even, it's like this fake prosthetic beard that he put on. And it looks awful. Whiskers. It's really bad. Mm-hmm. I don't like seeing Matt Smith's Doctor with long hair. It kind of freaks me out a little bit, to be honest. But
yeah, I was going to make some kind of sexual joke about how I'm into it, but I'm not.
Are you into it?
No.
You don't like his hair like that?
No.
Yeah.
I think it's all right when he shaves the beard. I think I don't hate it, but I prefer my neat Matt.
But it's weird though, because like the same thing happens in Day of the Moon. He gets that shitty beard and long ass hair, and then the next scene it's like back to being short again, and then the beard's gone.
Yeah.
Because he gets imprisoned in there as well.
Yeah, haircut.
Yeah, why can't he got one here?
No time. Quite literally.
He has time to shave. Well, he's 502 all the time.
502 all the time.
Crumbs. Do you like Area 52 being in a period? Wait, was that really the whole third thing you like was just the train?
I just like the train.
Wow, nothing from here on out made you go.
I hate every second of
Ooh, that wasn't too bad.
Everything more is bad.
I
just wish it ended on the train. I wish they were like, oh, you know what? I'll just Sonic it. And they Sonic it, and time's done. It's fixed.
Power of 3 type shit.
Power of 3 type shit. Area 51, I guess the shot was 52. Kind of cool. 52, sorry, of the train. They can't go to 51 because that got...
Oh, yeah.
They've already done that in Second Line. The shot of the train going in, that was fine. That was cool. Yeah.
Choo-choo.
Choo-choo.
Interesting, I guess, but how they got to Egypt is beyond me.
Why were they... I think there's an explanation. Why are they holding the silence in water again?
I think they... Oh, so they can't cast electricity.
But I think that's clever, actually.
I think Mannequin Variant says though they were never trapped, so I don't think it actually did. I think they just pretended to be trapped.
Nice.
Oh, Mannequin Variant.
So convenient.
Honey, I'm home.
I thought the pyramid interior sets looked shit.
And what sort of time do you call this?
Hold on, we have the doctor giving Rory relationship advice or something, right? Is that a thing?
Yeah, she said you're a Mr. Hottie.
Yeah, that was kind of funny, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess.
I just hate it all. Like,
yeah, it's bad.
It's so, even that stupid line there, it's like, we should go on a date and get married. Okay. It's like, okay. But, what? Like, the hell? Like, I guess it's kind of cool that Rory is now a soldier and he's even in this life, he's still protecting Amy. I guess that's cool. I'm trying to find stuff to like about it here.
There's not much.
Oh, well, the silent translator puts his little hand up to it and it starts cracking.
Yes, true.
So like, they're about to get up. What do you think of the explanation of the eye patches? Because I remember back when it was airing, there was a big conversation on what the eye patch was.
I think it makes sense. I think it's cool that it's just so they can remember the silence. I think that's fine. The whole how they use it to electrify Madame Kavarian was a bit shit and convenient. Yeah, you like them? You like the eye patch? Sure, it's fine.
I don't know. I was always so upset how it ended. The Silence are such cool villains, man. Like, they're just... I'd be cool to see how that unit story and Big Finish is, like...
I think I'm going to get that next, actually.
Oh, you haven't listened to it?
No, it's the next... It's the third season of the unit series, and that's what I'm up to. And I just kind of bounce around a few sets, and every now and then I'll get the next season in each set, and that's the next one for unit, and I think I'll get that next.
I really like them, and I'm so upset how they got hand hit. I mean, they don't rock up again until, what? Time of the Doctor, and for some reason they're kind of on his side. Like,
yeah, it is all weird.
They're like walking with him. It's like, what the fuck are they? What was the point of these people? Like, what even are they? They're a religious order that what?
I prefer them more as like a species than a religion order.
Yeah, same. But it doesn't really get explained.
No,
it's almost like the way I kind of got my head around it was almost that Man Kavarian almost hired them to help because almost like the Jadoon in a way, where they're like for hire. I don't know. I don't know.
They just follow religion.
That's what I think, because then they're with that religious church in Time of the Doctor.
Yeah, the purple mainframe or something.
Purple mainframe, yeah. So I think they just... Oh, maybe that's kind of cool. Maybe they all have different religions. Yeah. Almost like humans do. Certain science could believe in a certain religion. Yeah, we'll get there.
That's going to be... I'm excited for that.
Not that it's ever going to get explained, but...
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, some big climaxy stuff happens in that scene. Amy gets a gun and shoots up some people. Some silence.
Do you like all the river stuff?
No.
No, never.
Oh yeah, no, we missed the scenes where time actually freezes, don't we?
When did that happen? I was literally thinking that.
It's earlier on. The astronaut raises the gun and...
I was saying to Dan, though, like, it makes no sense, like... continuity-wise, because when you watch it in Day of the Moon, Possible Astronaut, they talk for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And the Doctor like bows his head, and then the hand comes out. In this one, they're chatting for like a fucking minute.
You know what else is dog shit? That all the location footage is just reused footage.
Yes.
And then all the new footage is just green screen footage.
And you can definitely see.
Did they not think when they were there?
Why can't we just shoot this scene?
Because the only shots you end up getting is just like there's just reverse shots. That's the only shots they use for it. And that's just like the most boring way of shooting a conversation. Yeah.
Well, I think they were trying to hide as much as they could that it wasn't really there.
Yeah.
But, no, I totally agree. Like, what was the BFD? Like, there's no fucking... It's like, for fuck's sake, this literally blows.
Blows my nuts.
But then, like, the science get out. There's no stakes. You don't give a shit. You don't even know what's going on. You don't even know what the stakes are, even if there were any, which there aren't. Yeah. And Man Kavarian's like, they're not... Somehow they caught Man Kavarian, like, this really smart cat... Well, smart. I'm just saying this because this is what the story wants me to believe. This really smart character who was always supposed to be 2 steps ahead. Again, I'm not saying any of this was really well done, but she's always meant to be.
Considering she's been in A Good Man Goes to War and this... as like kind of the main villain.
And shown up here and there like first half.
Yeah, but that's just like a one-liner.
Yeah.
But she's been like the main villain of 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Still don't know who the fuck she is, what she wants.
Just hates the Doctor.
I just don't give a fuck. It's like I'm watching the end of Loki again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you watched Loki?
No, I watched the first 2.
Okay.
I hear it's okay.
I quite enjoyed the first 5, and then the 6th one wasn't shit. It's just like the classic.
I don't know how it ends now, so I'm like, do I even need to watch it?
Yeah. Just like 2/3 of the episode
cool,
is just someone chatting. And it's one of those things, I was talking to Dylan about this on Twitter. It's one of those things, this is, I guess, mild spoilers of Loki. I'm not going into
I'm pretty sure everyone knows, but even I know.
Yeah. But like, it's one of those things where they introduce like a villain, and they don't really do anything with it. And you're just expected to know who this villain is. Like he gives himself like an over-the-top backstory, but like you don't give a fuck about who this guy is. You only care if you've read the comics.
That's the only reason I knew him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you even know him?
I don't know who the fuck this guy. I literally ended and I was like,
who the fuck is
that? Was the most anticlimactic shit ever. They just introduced a guy and then he spoke for 25 minutes and then it ended. Like I don't care. Like
yeah, I knew who he was because of the comics again. Like that was legit. So
interesting. Sorry, back on track. But I did enjoy Loki.
Yeah, I'll get around to it.
Yeah,
I think this next part, like, I guess like Rory defending Amy again. It's like, but Captain Williams, your eye patch. What if it activates? It has activated, Mom. And then like the second they burst through the door, he's like, ah, and he's like about to die. And then Amy comes out of the fucking. I remember Karen Gillan did this like By the way, Last Confidential, rest in peace.
R.I.P.
She's like, I got to have a James Bond line this episode. I get a dress in black. I get a machine gun.
Yeah,
I'm like, did you really like this? Do you think there's multiple times these actors have looked at scripts and stories and been like, this is just dog shit?
Naff. I feel like maybe I don't know. It might have been fun for them though to play slightly different roles. I'm gonna sneeze.
That's right.
Hold on, keep talking.
Aidan is being COVID safe about his sneeze. He's decided to walk away from me.
I'm walking a few meters away.
He's grabbing a tissue.
Got a tissue.
He's being COVID safe. It's coming!
It's gone, man.
That's the problem with sneezes, I feel like. When you like try and accept it, it's like, nah.
You accept your fate. I'm gonna go urinate whilst I'm standing.
Fuck, I need to do that.
I'm talking loudly because I'm not holding a microphone.
What do I talk about? You always give me something to talk about.
Connor,
you could just use mine.
No,
I didn't want to.
Being COVID safe.
Okay.
I want you to talk about if you were to.
Wow.
I don't know, man.
This is really good.
Classic Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Talk to the listeners about if you were to get into classic Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
What Doctor would you go to, and why? And is there any episodes in particular that's luring you that way that you've heard of?
That's a good question, actually.
I'm full of them.
I've always wanted to see that. The John Pertwee, I believe, is his first episode. Now the floor's wet, so Aidan's going to put on his shoes.
Come back for my shoes.
That's because he took them off, ladies and gentlemen. He put them on his desk. Aidan just getting way too at home today.
That's because we're at my house.
Desk, my rules, Aidan says. Probably like John Pertwee. What's our first episode called, John Pertwee?
Spearhead from Space.
Spearhead Sundays. There you go.
Sundays.
That's for you Lewis Spears fans out there. There you go. Yeah, that'd be cool. James the Cyberman would be cool. Tomb the Cyberman. Always want to watch like the multi-Doctor stories. That could be fun. God, what else is there? This is really difficult. I don't know. A classic doesn't really interest me. I know everyone get mad at me. Feel free to get mad at me. It's really hard to actually, really hard to talk about this shit with Aidan not here. But that's okay. We'll talk about something else quickly, and when he comes back in, we'll pretend that we're talking about classic Doctor Who. Let's talk about something. Let's talk about the Raimi trilogy. How goes the Raimi trilogy? Don't you find it interesting, by the way, that in the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, the only villains they showed were Tomb of the Cybermen?
I heard Spider-Man No Way Home.
No! You heard me!
I did hear you say some stuff, though.
I did, and I fucking had nothing else to say. Can I go to the toilet?
Yeah, go on. What am I talking about?
Talk about the Raimi trilogy and why you don't like it. I generally want to hear your thoughts about this.
Hello, guys. Today I'm going to talk about the Raimi trilogy.
We've only seen the first two.
I've only seen the first two. I enjoy them. I think the first one, for me, I never watched it as a kid, so as an adult watching it, you know, it hasn't particularly aged well. The VFXs aren't great, and like the casting, whilst they're good performances, they're like you're expected to believe they're in high school or whatever, and it's blatantly like it's just a lot of decisions I think haven't dated well, and so when you go back and you watch it now for the first time, you're just kind of like, oh, it's kind of just a cheesy 2000s movie. Quite like the second one a lot. I can't really fault the second one that much, if at all, to be honest. And yeah, not from the third one. I bought the Blu-ray of the three of them, and just never really got round to the third one. I think it's hard to watch something when you know it's shit, but like at the same time, I know it's funny shit. So like, I'm not keen to watch it, but I'm not keen to watch it, if that makes sense. Wow. What a lovely evening. Just me and Connor talking about one of the, if not the worst episode of Doctor Who ever created. We're just here, just hanging out. And Connor, I know, is shit.
Hello.
Hi, welcome back. And we're back.
Full sound Dorian, mate.
Yeah, I know. Look at that fucking Dorian face. For the first time ever, I'm sort of trying to run through the episode on Stan whilst we're doing it, so that I can. So if we miss bits, we know it's there.
Stan's such a dumb name. These poor UK viewers who are like, what
Stan?
the fuck?
Who's Stan?
It's a streaming service. It's the dumbest name though.
I like it. It's the best streaming service, I think.
Did a bloke called Stan make it?
I hope so.
CEO Stan.
CEO Stan. Stan OC. So now they go to the top of the pyramid. Is that right?
Just for that, Amy kills Malcolm Varian in cold blood.
Sure.
Amy,
Oh,
help me.
no.
You took my door from me, and I'll never forget that.
She should have said like, "You fucking bitch."
Yeah, Moffat's like, "Yo, Beebs, BBC, does this fly?"
Can I say fucking bitch? Nope.
I don't think so.
Top of the pyramid. Set looks shit.
Why do they get married again?
I don't know. I don't fucking get it.
Even when I watched it, I was like, I don't get it.
I don't know why they're getting married. And I don't. Shit.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Just fucking stars. They're all here for you or something. Oh, fuck off.
And they say yes.
They say,
of course we'll help.
Oh,
The doctor is dying, and they say yes.
Oh.
It's so shit. I hate that line where it's like, Amy's like, Rory's like, what's going on? And he's like, oh, we had a daughter and it's her. And he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so dumb. Also though,
I hate it.
What? Why is the universe saying we'll help?
I don't fucking know.
I don't
know.
There probably is a reason.
I literally don't. I don't think there is. I mean, I've watched it multiple times, and like, I actually don't think there is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think River leaked information that he's gonna die, and like, it's like he can't. This shouldn't happen. We can somehow change this.
Okay.
Despite the fact it's a fixed point.
Yes.
But they kiss, and they. Oh, first he's like, look in my eye. No, well, he's like, I told you my name. And again, by the way, his lips don't match with look in my eye, by the way.
No, I don't know. He just kind of goes like...
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
This is why this podcast needs to be...
He says, like, literally, there's like one mouth movie. He goes, look at it! Look at it! She's like, the fuck? That's a weird name. He's like, no. Bro, this is what I said. Look at it! And then Matt said his fucking Stetson. That
reminded me of... In the Name of the Doctor.
Oh!
You know how there's the whole thing of like Richard E. Grant being like, say my name. And then River's like, wait, or something. Ghost River says something.
Yeah. Say your
or
name.
someone says wait or what or something. And then the tomb opens. We'll get to this when we get to the episode. But and everyone online was like, what? Hold on. River just said what? Does that mean the Doctor's name is what? And I was like, fuck, you're so dumb.
That's a great episode.
I actually enjoy it a lot.
The Whisper Men.
Yeah.
Great design.
Great design. Maybe not
very creepy.
Executed too well, but...
Never got used again.
Look, keen for season 7.
Whisper Men are here.
Can't wait for season 6 to be done. I was going to talk to you about this in the car, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you didn't... Yeah, you held back.
I cut myself off because I thought it was a little bit of real talk.
Really
that I've gotten over a little bit.
Okay.
But I feel like this season was so shit that it kind of hindered the show a little bit as well. Do you feel that a little bit?
As in what?
Well, it was just like, like we watched season 4 and 5, and in particular season 3, and every week it was like, can't wait to watch the episodes. And then it's like, can't wait to talk about the episodes.
Yeah.
But then with this season, it just became quite like...
Yeah.
Just, I'm glad that this season is when we really went ham with getting the guests on the show.
I think we needed it, to be honest.
That's the thing. I feel like if we didn't, then it would have we would have hated the show and like.
Apart from I think maybe 3, which was Doctor's Wife, Girl Who Waited, and Gold Complex. There was really none I was looking forward to.
Yeah, no.
Maybe Good Man Goes to Roll, but.
Yeah, but then even then, I really didn't like it.
But that's one out of the 4 that didn't deliver for me. Like the other 3, I really liked. But come on, 3 standouts in a season is not good.
A season of standalone stories as well, so it's more stories than usual. We'll look back on the season a little bit at the end because I remember Dylan said we should put a bit more on it and
listen to the
talk
audience,
about your favorite ones and your least favorite episodes. So we'll do that when we get to the end of the show. But yeah, no, I just wanted to say sorry if we ever did an I think we tried to kind of boost it up a bit as we do, and getting the guests on was a great thing.
Yeah, I think we do really good with that. It's always like, I think we need to commend ourselves as well. Like, I think it's easy for viewers to maybe look and be like, oh, they got guests on, that's not a big deal. But apart from Dan, we're all filming through Zoom. Like, it's really difficult to have that human connection with someone. But thankfully, everyone was really great. But it's also scary. Like, obviously, like Dan and Xavier, like I've met them both. But, like, we never met Dylan or Vinny before.
Yeah, it was scary to know.
Or spoken to them.
And even to be honest, when we did
word by word,
when we did bring Zabe on for his first episode, like you hadn't met him before. So for me, that was weird.
I had briefly, but not that I remember. No.
Yeah. For me, it was like, oh, you guys gonna click.
I was so cool about that, man. You got to give me my credit.
You guys both did really well.
I was like, of course, you can have your friend on. Like,
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it as the 25% of the 50%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, no. So thanks to all the guests that came on because there's a lot of fun.
When's Crispy Pro and all that coming on?
Yeah, we've been talking about
Crispy's
that.
Been a bit absent recently.
He has, yeah. Don't know what's happening there.
I feel like, unfortunately, for those Doctor Who YouTube channels, I've seen this a lot. This is the second big YouTuber now I've seen do this because Ace Creeper did it and then the Who Addicts did it. Unfortunately, just doing a Doctor Who YouTube channel, there's just not much to talk about all the time.
Yeah.
And I think, I've had this myself. It's like, your true fans will support you doing anything. Like, I think it is hard though running a primarily Doctor Who channel, then maybe doing like a video on like a Marvel movie review or something like that. Like, totally, it's weird that like I understand as a creator like that would be really annoying for you, but maybe start like a second channel or something. But I think Crispy's always had that. I think I've heard him talk about it quite a few times about how he like kind of struggles to. He wants to talk about other TV shows and movies and stuff, but he can't really. So
yeah, Crispy's always sort of like he comes and goes, with on YouTube. Like he always goes through phases. But this is definitely the biggest gap he's had in a while, and the fact that he's not talking on Twitter much either. It's like one tweet a month you get from him. And to be honest, I think because it also kind of started when everything went down. With like there was a stage where like within like a week or 2 weeks, the whole Noel thing had happened, and then John thing. And then there was a bunch of stuff about like people in the Q community.
Yeah, that was really odd.
All happened all around that same month. And I could imagine if you were someone that was heavily involved with those people, I'm sure that probably fucked you up a bit.
Yeah, you'd be really upset if you engaged with them. And I think I don't want to name people because I don't even know if they have. But I know a lot of people had like interacted with him in the past in like videos and stuff. And I think I don't know, like, there's definitely like a dark scene behind that kind of stuff, and especially at the moment, I think it's just a hard time with COVID and stuff, and like the show's definitely gone through the ringer, and then like obviously the whole like Noel and John stuff, and then like the community, there was a few, I think there was like 2 people I think who got called out, which fair enough, 100% call someone out if they're being inappropriate. Yeah. But I think you're right though. I didn't really think of it that way. Yeah, you're definitely gonna have that. And I know like Josh has also spoken about having that like. And I totally sympathize with it. That, like, even when, like, one of my tweets does a little bit well, I start to freak out a little bit. Yeah. I'm always like, oh, what if someone reads it like that differently? Yeah. Like, I sympathize. Like, I'm not going to act like, it's easy. Like, you know, we're lucky we haven't really gotten any like hate yet, but I'm sure it's around the corner. But then again, it's like, everyone's just been really kind. Apart from getting the fucking, I got 2 of those fucking Instagram. This took me 2 hours to make. So like, you know, apart from 2 people trying to bring us down, we did okay. But
we did good.
I'm really proud to have this show, though. I hope people look at it as a bit of a staple of. I'm really glad we're ourselves, and we do have kind of like, you know, maybe some controversial jokes, but we're also just ourselves, and we all mean well, and we can rip into the show, but because we love it, and you know, we do have beers and swear, but it all comes from a place of love. I hope people get that impression, almost, you know. And
I'm really glad. Like, I kind of look back, and I'm like, fuck me, like. We've managed to do this through, like, week by week. I'm really glad we stuck through season 6, because there was times where maybe I wasn't in a good spot or something mentally, and I was tempted to kind of be like, oh, maybe we just shouldn't do one this week or something. But I knew that if I did that, then that would probably start to set a bit of a precedent where we maybe can take weeks off here and there. And so whilst we are going weekly, I didn't want to... It's
kept me sane, to be honest. I'm really glad we do it week by week.
Yeah, I'm glad we stuck with it. And I think going into season 7, I think there's probably not really any stopping us, because I'm really keen for it.
No, it's been a bit funny, I think. But, hey, you know, like, I think as much as the season's been a bit whack, like... But so, is the plan to keep reviewing... Are we going to be doing 2 episodes a week once season 13 comes out? Is that the plan, or are we just going to be doing season... Are we going to take a break from reviewing...
Yeah. I think we're just going to do season 13.
Yeah. So, there'll be a little break between... I don't know if we haven't got a release date yet, but we can tell you what episode's going to stop on.
It is going to be tough.
That would be weird not watching an old episode every week for, 6 weeks?
Yeah.
That's a month and a half of not watching...
It's crazy. Maybe we'll do one or something.
We can fit one in, yeah.
But I don't know, because we don't have a release date yet. It's tough. So I've got...
we'll find out when the trailer drops when we get home.
I'm shooting my short film at the end of October.
That's right.
For 7 days. Well, we're only shooting for 3 days, but 7 days of like test shoots and rehearsals. And things like that. It's a full production.
Watch it full on the.
Watch it. Well, it's gonna be. There is one episode of series 13. I can imagine that will probably. I don't know. We're gonna have to like fight and be really flexible around each other to get that episode recorded and out, and it might not be the best episode we've ever done or something, but
it's so weird because like our work times are like so different as well. Like, I mean, like it's just like it's kind of weird. Like
my main job is relatively similar to yours, but
but we like shooting times. I mean, like with like filming and stuff at like night and stuff like that's just different. And like so I'm definitely gonna have to wake up in the morning and just like watch it before I go to work. It is what it is, you know. Like we'll find a way. I'm always excited for that time, so like it'd be a cool mix-up for the show, and it'll be like probably...
Whoa!
It'll be a lot
shaking it up.
It'll be a lot of engagement, I think, as well, which would be cool. And I'm going to try and really, on social media, engage with the audience as much as I can throughout that time, and get as much new people onto the show as we can.
Well, to be honest, like...
Strike while the iron's hot, you know?
We've kind of been talking about that for a while, that like, you know, imagine when we get weekly episodes like that. Because Revolution did really well, and I think
we've never had a season, have we?
No, we've never had a season.
No, we've just had, what? One episode?
One episode. And that episode went really well because we got it out pretty quick. And so I think we've really got to handle... This is more of an off-air kind of conversation, but I think we've got to really make sure we handle how we promote ourselves online and make sure those episodes that we do are really good so people want to come back.
I know I say this every season as well, but... I'm really going to actually I want to take the season 7 promotion a bit more seriously than I have with... I did okay this week, but... Yeah, last week wasn't good, so I want to actually... The fan engagement's really fun. I think when I do it right, it works really well. I put something out this week. I don't know how many people replied to it, but I guess we'll see in a second. But anyway, peace and love. Love the show.
Love the show. Glad we committed to it. What the fuck happens next? They kiss. Oh, Doctor doesn't get shot. Tess liked her, and then it's not a cop out. No, then it is a cop out because it's like he like walks out. He walks out the room, and then he comes back, and he's like, actually, and it's like fucking hell.
Well, it's the scene name is God, and it's ooh, and Rory comes in, and he's like, and River. Oh, this is kind of cool. River comes back from
Byzantium.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
I like that.
Yeah, all right. That's
what's that, 4?
3.5.
3.5 doesn't deserve a whole point? Okay. Hang on a minute, are you kind of spoiling your score here?
Huh?
Are you spoiling your score here?
No.
Okay, okay, and that's how it gets 3 out of 10.
There has to be 10 things in an episode I like.
3.5 out of 10? Yeah, okay. I thought maybe you were hinting it the whole time about my knowledge. Or the audience knowledge. But yeah, she's like, he did this, he's alive, and I like how Rory comes back from working, you see Amy and River like dancing in the garden, and it's like, the fuck's going on?
They
it's
got
like,
the wine.
Yeah, they got the old wine, and it's like, he ain't dead. And then, the final scene is he's dropping Dorian back, and he's wearing like a cloak, and it's like, is it you? It is, isn't it? But how could you possibly escape?
It's still waiting for you, you know.
You know.
The first question, the question that must never ever be answered.
Doctor Who?
The one hidden in plain sight.
The one you've been running from all your life. Doctor Who? Doctor Who? Doctor Who? Doesn't Matt look at the camera though? He's like, it's like a posing shot with a TARDIS. Like.
Yeah, it's just a sneaky thing. I remember this episode finishing and me being like, is that it for Amy and Rory then? I was really...
Who knows?
I don't know, yeah.
True, actually.
Yeah, I didn't know. Other thing I was going to say was... he Dorian references Transalore for the first time this episode.
Yes.
Which obviously sets up season 7 a bit.
Yes.
I like how we're like, it sets up season 7. It's one fucking name, and we're like, whoa! Hint that wants to come in season 7.
I always love that Transalore stuff. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's cool shit. Alright. So the big thing. This season, it's all been about the Doctor dying, how he gets out of it.
Yes.
What did you think of the Tesselector being the reason?
I think I kind of lied to myself as a kid and was like, oh, wow, that's really cool.
That's so clever.
I mean, to be honest, though, like, I'm sure if we watched it at our age, like, one of us would be like, or someone to be like, it's the Tesselector. Makes sense. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, that does make sense. Like, that's not even that clever. But I guess as a kid, I was like, it did get me. And I was like, okay, fair enough.
As a kid, I was like, that's shite.
Yeah.
You know what I said when I watched it this time? That's even shiter than I remember.
Bad,
yeah.
It's
just as well the way they do it. Like, you see Matt, like the episode lies to you. Because you see Matt leave the room. And so you're just meant to assume that he left the room.
Yeah.
But Moffat thinks he's clever because he's like, wait.
Actually.
The scene is still going. Actually, yeah, it's fucking bull. It's fucking blue balls, Dorium.
Plus, I always thought, like, there's this, like, it's a little small thing, I guess, but it's like this creature that's like the Tesselector.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this massive thing, this massive piece of machinery with a lot of stuff in it. And it's like, they just burn it. It just singes.
Yeah.
And it's like, they just decided to help the Doctor out that much. Like, it's just, I don't know, bit odd.
So bullshit. Cool that they had the set, but it's because they shot this after Let's Kill Hitler.
Yeah.
It was Let's Kill Hitler in this, so they had the Tesselector set good to go for them to use.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of cool, I guess. Not really.
Is it? No, it's really not.
Not
it's
really,
not
actually.
cool, is it? Wow, it's so cool that they kept a set.
Let me stop myself there before I continue with that sentence.
Wowie. All right, let's just do that little classic spiel that I was going to say.
Let's Kill Hitler.
It's time for Classic Aidan. All I was going to say was Series 24, Season 24.
Mm-hmm.
Sylvester McCoy's first season. Cops a lot of shit. It does. And
I don't think it was as bad as everyone says it was.
I don't think it's as bad as everyone says it was.
Have you seen that?
Oh, what?
You don't see that Sylvester McCoy clip where he's like, I don't think it was as bad as everyone says it was.
Oh, right, yeah. No, I haven't seen that. But yeah, and look, I think since it came out on Blu-ray, I think there's actually been a lot of love for this season, and people have, it's found like a bit of a new life and a new crowd.
Mm-hmm.
It's very silly, and you can see the whole way through they're still trying to figure out what Sylvester's Doctor is, and Sylvester's still trying to figure out how to perform it. The companion Mel, whilst she's kind of cool, like I don't mind her character other than the fact
Isn't she the cave woman?
No, that's Layla.
Sorry, everyone.
Mel's Ginger, and she but whenever there's anything that happens, she does the classic. Like that's short. Like it goes for a long time.
Wow.
So she doesn't get utilized much. And I was actually watching Behind the Sofa. It's basically they get all the old doctors back to watch the episodes. And she was saying like, they talked about her leaving, and she was ready to go because she just felt like she didn't fit, like because her character was just never really written. Like she was just there to ask a couple of questions and stuff like that. So she was kind of happy to go.
Wow.
Which is a bit of a shame. But then Ace gets introduced in the last episode. And
I was going to say, where's Ace at?
Yeah, so it's 4 stories over 14 episodes, and Mel's in all 4 stories, and Ace comes in the 4th one.
So what? They've already released a box set of Ace in there, haven't they? So they're kind of doing them backwards?
They're just doing whatever fucking ones they want.
So now it's like that's come out, there's already one come out with Aces.
So season 26 came out first,
I love Ace.
And then this is season 24. So we just need the one right in the middle, which has Remembrance of the Daleks songs, which is cool.
That's one last one before Survival.
No, Remembrance of the Daleks is in season 25, which is the season in the middle. Season 26 is the last one, and that ends with Survival.
I remember seeing a clip from Survival that they did this like when UK TV in Australia did like those top 10 Doctor Who countdowns. They did one every year. Yeah. And they showed a clip of that episode, and I was like, "The fuck is this?" Like
cheated people
to see old Doctor Who as a kid was always like so wacky.
Same. You know what I feel nostalgic for and haven't been able to kind of match it?
Ace. I love Ace.
It's not nostalgia I'm feeling.
So beautiful.
There's I don't know. There's something about in like 2007, right? Mm-hmm. Going to the shops or something and seeing like an Earthshock Cyberman or like classic Doctor Who Cyberman, and that was spooky. Yeah. There's something about it. And now, like, I watched the clips, I watched the episodes, and I'm like, oh, it's fine. I don't feel nostalgia for this design, but like, there was just something cool. Maybe even in 2005, like before they'd redesigned the Cyberman. And you only look at what a Cyberman would look like.
Oh, it terrified me in Dalek when you saw the OG Cyberman. Yeah. I was like, the fuck? I used to like fast forward it on the DVD because it was just terrifying me. I was like, what is that? And Dad was like, oh, that's a Cyberman.
Cyberboy.
My dad used to tell me this, he's like, I don't even think this is a real story. You got to help me out here. My dad always was like, when I was a child, I used to watch this Doctor Who episode where the Cybermen would come out of a train tunnel. I don't even think that even happened, but...
you know what that'll be? I think it's just called... It's either just called Invasion or it's called Invasion of the Cybermen or something.
They come out of a train tunnel or something?
I don't know if they come out of a train tunnel.
It was something like that. I got really scared of train tunnels.
It might do. There might be a shot of that. But it's when the Cybermen like invade London and it's like got the iconic shots of the Cybermen out the front of St. Paul's, which is what they tried to recreate in
Death in Heaven and stuff.
Yeah. So it's probably that one. Or maybe he's thinking of Tomb of the Cybermen.
I don't know. I was always convinced that didn't happen, but that always used to scare me. Like, the Cybermen, you're right though. All Cybermen, like, the signs are pretty creepy.
Yeah. I miss that. I kind of want... So weird. Because New Who's like my shit, but I obviously really enjoy Classic Who as well, but it's not like my main shit. But like, I kind of want
all of that shit.
I kind of want like a little 60s Dalek and a little like 70s, 80s Cyberman. I don't know why. I just think that'd just be just kind of cool.
Well, seeing the Mondas game was awesome.
That was cool. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
Can't wait for that.
Can't wait for that shite. Shall we move on to Australia's favourite segment?
Like it, you dickhead.
I do. Sorry, that is actually really good. I don't know why I said shite. Shall we move on to Australia's favourite segment?
Let's do it.
It's time for Goof of the Week. Oh, this is season 5. Hold on. Wrong page. Season 6. Alright. Bitches. Mark Gaddis's hat, it falls off his head when he falls down the hole. And it's seen not on his head as he's going down the hole.
And it's back.
Cuts away, cuts back, hat's back. Woo! Crazy.
Wow.
Apparently, at one point, Matt Smith is looking in a reflection, and he should have an eye drive on in those scenes.
And he doesn't.
And he doesn't in the reflection. Classic.
Who catches this stuff?
So, no, I didn't feel like this shit's obvious, and I'm kind of sad that we didn't catch it.
Maybe.
So, the reflection of the Doctor in the Impossible Astronauts in the headpiece before it opens is apparently it's not flipped. You know when you look at shit, it should be flipped.
Right.
It's not flipped.
The old Triller and my thing's flipped.
Class. What?
You don't know that?
I'll just move on. And then there's just like a fuck ton of continuity issues throughout the episode. Like there was so many that I'm not even going to list them. Like, and all of these are pretty much continuity issues, anyways. So
yeah. Well, it is Wedding River Song.
It is a fucking nightmare. Did you have any goofs that you saw in the episode?
No, not I remember.
No, neither.
I used to feel like we had heaps. Or was that just the ever true?
I feel like back in the day we had quite a bit.
It was originally created to just be us bringing stuff in, and then you brought in TARDIS Wiki.
Yeah, but because sometimes I'd be like, it's good for the week, and then we'd be like, I don't have one
nothing. Yeah,
no,
so yeah, it actually saves our asses every week. Apart from TBA for closing time. TBA. Thank you, TARDIS Wiki.
Alright, let's move on to Australia's second favourite segment then. It's time for Behind the Scenes. So there's quite a few homages in this episode to Nicholas Courtney, who is the Brigadier. Obviously, there is the main scene that we've spoken about and we frothed over and loved.
Yeah.
There's also they're going to Cairo or something on the train. They're like, where are we going? Cairo or something. I don't know. There's a reference to a place called Cairo, which is Nicholas Courtney's birthplace.
Bless.
And then one other thing is apparently the whole eye patch thing is a reference to one of his episodes called Inferno, which I've heard of and is really great. And he wears like an eye patch for the whole episode or something. I don't know. I probably fucked that up, but apparently that whole eye patch thing is like a bit of a reference to that. So that's kind of cool.
Can't feel bad for shitting on it now.
You kind of what?
Feel bad for shitting on the idea of the eye patches now.
Yeah, you hate Nicholas. You're glad he's dead.
Wow.
How dare you?
Oh my god. Wow. You know I said before, because like some controversial jokes sometimes, this is like you're not talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
No, honestly, we both love Nick Courtney, so...
Watch people press unfollow.
Who cares? I'm kidding. Come back next week. Thank you.
Oh, God.
First, okay, this is the first time that the final scene of a finale is set outside of the TARDIS in New Who.
How do you mean?
Well, in every other finale of New Who, the last scene is taking place inside the TARDIS.
Ah, I see.
This one,
he's standing outside of it.
No, he's fucking. Oh, he is. Yeah, he's outside of it, but he's in the tube. He's in there.
No, it's outside of the TARDIS.
Yeah, but he's not.
The TARDIS is there.
Yeah, but he's not in it. He's in it in all the other ones. He's not. It's just a fact, all right?
I don't know.
Fuck.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
This was the last episode of the series to be shot. Other than there was one scene for Let's Kill Hitler that got delayed and was shot after this.
Do you know what's funny when you're a kid? You think they shoot them all in like order.
Yeah, and then
you're
watching
like, why
this,
wouldn't they?
They don't even know what fucking order these episodes are coming out.
That's kind of cool. That's rare though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's rare. That
it's to do with a lot of stuff. But as a kid, you're always like, oh, they just shoot them all in order.
Yeah.
Classic
And
idiots.
the last thing I want to do is I want to read some fucking reviews for you, Connor.
Okay, like The Guardian and stuff.
Yeah.
They're the Geek, IGN.
Alright. Let's just fucking get this out of the way. Let's get this out of the way.
Alright.
The episode received mostly positive reviews from critics, with some reservations over the resolution and character arcs. Dan Martin, of The Guardian, gave a positive review, believing that the episode moves along the bigger 50-year story and effectively reboots the show. He particularly praised it for being simplistic. Is this even the right episode? As well as the visuals of all history running together at once. Rachel Tarley, writer of Metro, praised the gripping race against time and noting that the script was snappy and witty throughout, but the episode had its eerie and touching moments where necessary too. The AV Club's Keith Phipps gave the episode an A, calling it pretty close to a perfect season finale for those not looking for all the answers. Morgan Jeffrey of Digital Spy wrote, as a piece of Saturday night entertainment, it works. Packed full of strong performances, stunning visuals, and sharp dialogue. And as the resolution to a series-long arc, it's mostly satisfying, though the episode poses as many questions as it does answers.
Did you want to read those thinking they would rip into it?
No, I knew that they were positive, and that's because I had a look at them, and I was like, I cannot believe how... There's a few later on that say, talk a little bit more shit of it and stuff like that. But for
I
the
think they
most
normally
part,
start on
it's positive
Wikipedia
stuff.
with most of the positive ones, and then they go to the negative ones.
Yeah, no, but it is mostly positive stuff. It's so bizarre because I know within the fandom, like, you know, we'll get to just Twitter things in a second, but like they're not great. Like no one likes this episode.
Even when it aired, I was like,
yeah.
I feel like I lied to myself, almost like kind of how people do like a fandom menace. They found a menace in it.
Like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I remember I watched it with my sister, and she's like, "So did you like it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did." And I was like, just too sad to admit how shit it was.
You're like crying. Like,
Yeah,
I really fucking liked it.
Where you going? No, I'm good. Just running away. No, it was good. Fuck, I swear, like I Phantom Menaced it. I was like, it was really good. I don't care. It wasn't like it was just like it just was not good.
I feel like that's been me with a lot of Doctor Who. Yeah.
What, forever?
Yeah. I feel like I've always just been like, it's been a shit episode, and I've been like, yeah, no, it's fine, it's good.
Is that you with Jodie's era then?
Probably, to be honest.
Yeah, probably.
No, I just always try and find.
No, you got to. I feel like we are fair. To be fair, we are fair. To be fair.
To be fair, not wrong.
Oops! I did it again.
I'm just trying to find my tweet about it.
Ladies
and gentlemen,
Twitter.
It's time for Australia's favourite segment. It's time for Just Twitter Tings. Stop the rise sting. Alright, I said, good lord! What are your thoughts on the iconic Series 6 finale, The Wedding of River Song? Write them below and we'll read them on the show. Now that's what I Call Comedy Podcast said. This really should have been the first part, and the second being the consummation of River Song. I'm surprised Moff didn't do it, the horny man.
Hey.
Now, I had to research what consummation meant. And I believe, from memory, it means when, as part of being married, you have to have sex. Like, as part of it. So that's what fucking Jacob wanted. Which, kudos to you, man.
Fantano? Is that what Dylan posted?
I don't know what Dylan posted.
That's Anthony Fantano.
I don't know who's in it. But instead of writing a review this week, Dylan hated the episode so much that all he did was just...
That's Anthony Fantano.
Get this Fantano man, and there's text over
You're
it.
You're a music fan. You don't watch Anthony Fantano, YouTube's busiest music nerd?
Not good. I don't really watch YouTube anymore, to be honest.
What?
But he just says, not good.
Yes, Anthony Fantano, the internet's busiest music nerd.
Okay, thanks, Anthony.
Anthony Fantano.
Thanks, mate. What's happening over on Instagram?
Not much. None came. So, 2 reviews from Jacob, who says, when the rest of review, this episode is alright. I think it's a bit overhated.
Shit.
The setting of all the time happening at once is great, but could have been used more, as this should have been a 2-parter. I enjoyed the opening scenes of the episode with the Dr. visiting the blue head in a box and playing chess. The nostalgia I get from those scenes might be clouding my judgment. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Bringing my overall season 6 score to 7.3.
I like that he's...
It's like us, you know.
I love him, man. He's like so into it. I love that he's got it.
Someone's got to do it.
That's great. I really appreciate that.
Some episodes have been good. Some episodes haven't been as good as I remember, but I still enjoyed the season and I don't think it's that bad. So the question is, what is a seasonal episode you enjoy but most people seem to hate?
I think the easiest answer for me is one of my favourite episodes, which is Belle de St. John. Which even, like, I know that it's not a particularly great episode. I'm just weirdly nostalgic, love the vibe of it, and can't wait to get there. One of my favourites.
Yeah, I'd say probably like season 9 or 10. I kind of think it's a bit too much hate. I like that a lot.
I feel like 10 doesn't really get hate anymore.
I remember when it came out, it's like everyone was like, fuck it, this shit. None of our friends watched it.
Well, because I think the thing with 10 is, to be honest, other than the finale, the episodes aren't great. But, like, it really... Pete's great, Bill's great. Even Nardole, I think, is funny.
I think I'm going to really like Bill and Nardole.
I think I will. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think Bill was really good and underrated, I think. I think I'm going to really like her character. As for an episode... I don't know. I really can't think right now. I don't... Is Empty Child... I don't think Empty Child gets talked about how good enough it is.
What are you talking about?
Come on.
It does. It's only.
When's the last time you heard someone talk about it?
To be fair, it's fucking 16.
Good.
16
Good.
years old.
Good.
That kid is probably about 27 now. Older than us.
I stand by my statement.
Alright, champ. Settle down. We've all had a drink.
Oh my god. River.song_who says, I absolutely love this final. I do think it needs to be at least an hour or 2 parts, but there's something about it I love. Yeah. I think it wrapped up the series well and really explores what are the consequences of changing a fixed point in time.
Well, for a first-time reviewer for us, I feel really bad if they then go and listen to this episode, because it has just been us just shitting on it.
I don't know if this is a girl or a man who's on this account, but he has given us a review before.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Again, it might not be the most popular opinion, but this is one of my favourite episodes and finals. I just love it. That's fair enough. Also, the Wedding of River Song track that's on the soundtrack is one of my favourite Doctor Who songs.
Interesting.
Fair enough. I got one more thing.
I can't recall that track, to be honest, but I'll have a listen after this.
Is the Wedding of River Song the worst Doctor Who final? I put on Instagram, and I just saw you reply. Sorry. Again, River.song_who said, no, yes, it needs to be longer, 2 parts, but I absolutely loved it. It's honestly one of my favourites, and I will die on that hill. Aidan Green, who the fuck that is, said yes, no fucking question next. Dylan put yes, and my girlfriend put no, even though she hasn't seen it. So thanks, Kim. Thank you for that. Thank you for voting and putting stuff that you don't know. That's great. Yeah. Cool.
Well, what a long and winding road Series 6 has been, Connor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whenever we get to the end of a season, I'm always like, I'm kind of sad we're coming to an end.
Our time is running out.
Our time is running out. But this is, I think, the first season where I'm so excited to start a new season. Like, I'm so happy we finished this season.
Mm-hmm.
It has been tiresome. It has been fucked. The episodes are a mess. Connor, what would you say is your least favourite episode of Series 6?
That's a good question, actually.
You know, that's I'm full of them.
Oh, God.
Joking, that's just Dylan asking, to be fair.
It's a tie at the moment. I have to pick one, but probably the 2 that stand out as the worst is definitely Curse of the Black Spot and this one. But I think, considering When River Song is a final and it's meant to wrap it up, and it is Stephen Moffat, the man who brought us so many classics, I'm going to have to give it to this episode. It's such a letdown. Yeah.
This is the worst. It's the worst, man.
I know Curse of the Black Spot is really shit, but it's just a what was it? Who even writes that shit? I can't remember. It's like, who cares? Like,
yeah.
It's just an odd writer who just does one.
Isn't it like Stephen Thompson or something?
Stephen Thompson. I was going to say that. It is Stephen Thompson, yeah, because he writes a Sherlock episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say Stephen Thompson, but...
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree that this one's the worst. But the thing is, there's so many episodes in this season that, like...
I thought it was that.
No, that's next season, Neil Cross.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's what's going on. Neil Cross does
Rings of Ackerton and
Hyde. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
No, this season, Wedding River Song is fucking abysmal. But the vast majority of the other episodes are just so, like...
Yeah.
To be honest...
Apart from the odd one, yeah.
Yeah, apart from a couple. Speaking of which, what would then be your favourite episode of Series 6?
Definitely have to give it to Doctor's Wife. I think so original and just a beautiful episode. Followed by Girl Who Waited and then God Complex.
Pretty similar to me.
They're such good episodes though, which is good to have in a season that's so shit. They're such strong episodes though. And so unique. Very unique. I don't think that's what's great about them. They're unique, and all 3 of those episodes, to an extent, especially Doctor's Wife, and I've said this a few times in the season, these 3 episodes are like the main ones where you kind of finish them and you're like, what an adventure that was. You know, like, you don't finish Almost People, Rebel Flesh and go, wow, that hour and a half of my life was a fucking wild ride. You finish The Doctor's Wife and you're like, gee whiz, the character journey we just went on, emotions we felt, for just a standalone 45 minute episode is great. Yeah, I'd say
I mean, Doctor's Wife is my fave, followed by God Complex and The Girl Who Waited. Yeah, but they are pretty close. I just think...
Damn, we're pretty on the money there with each other.
I just think God Complex, it looks a bit better, and I think it's got a bit better, maybe pacing. I don't know. Girl Who Waited kind of dips a little bit in the middle for me, and I know the white production design is awesome. It is actually really nice. And it was a way to get around it being a low-budget episode, like we said.
Yeah.
But I think in the end, it does kind of make a lot of the episode kind of blend together a little bit.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm saying I really like the production design of an episode that is just hallways in a hotel. So don't listen to me, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but you got to understand that as well. I think we really do have to on the idea that this season does have those really snazzy, great episodes that we can look back on and be like, yeah, this was 3 episodes that we can just really...
Yes, that's right.
Enjoy. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. I mean, I think...
Don't look at the ratings.
I wasn't looking!
Connor, I just opened up my ratings tab, and Connor had a big look.
I didn't look!
Alright, shall we fucking do it then?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, alright. Let's give our ratings for The Wedding of River Song. Connor, out of 10, what would you rate this abysmal episode?
I'm gonna have to give it... 3.5 out of 10.
Wow,
I was going to give it 3, but I think that's a bit too harsh.
That's fucking low, son. 3.5 out of 10. You know what I'm going to give it?
Oh dear.
I really hate this episode,
Oh
man.
dear.
I
don't like looking in your face.
Shit.
I don't like looking in
This
face.
is utter shit.
God.
It's a 2.
Wow. Is that the lowest you've ever given an episode?
I think it is. Yeah, lowest in season 1 was 5, lowest in season 2 was 3 and 3.5. I gave 42 a 2.5, and I can imagine
that's your least favorite. This is your second least. Sorry.
This is my least favorite.
Wait. You gave it a 2, you say? Or 3?
I'm giving this a 2.
Oh, okay. Fuck.
Then you're giving it, did you say 3.5? Is that what you said?
Yeah, so I was going to give you my own score then.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
that's crazy.
now we're going to do up the tallies and find out what... So instead of me and Connor deciding on a rating for the full series rating, we plus together all of the, I think, 11 stories this season. Mm-hmm. And then we find a rating out of it. Wait, is it 11 story? Yeah, it's 11, including Christmas Carol. 1, 2, 3, 4,
yeah,
5,
Christmas
6,
Carol will be
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, it's 12. Because it's 11 stories plus the Christmas special, because it's 2 two-parters. Fuck, I've got to redo mine. Alright.
Oh, because you did yours without the Christmas Carol?
Yeah. Alright. We'll be back after these messages.
Sick and tired of this podcast audio sounding like shit? Well, so am I. I don't have a solution. Sorry. That's all I could say. I've looked into it. I don't know why my audio sounded shit. But, look, I think it was a fun episode, and, yeah, fucking, that's the message, I guess. Back to the scores. Skirt.
Connor, what do you think? Judging on what you remember, the scores you've given so far, what do you think your score is going to be?
I'm going to say about 65.
About a 65, okay.
I think 60 is too low.
Okay.
Considering I gave some big numbers to some good episodes.
Yeah. Well, they're out of 10. They're mapped down to be out of 10. So you're thinking 6.5 is sort of what you're thinking?
I'm going to say 6.5,
okay.
A 7 out push, but I'm going to say 6.5.
Okay. Let's do it. Boys and girls, let's give it up for Connor's score.
Yep.
Connor gave A Christmas Carol a 9, Impossible Astronaut, Day of the Moon an 8, Curse of the Black Spot a 4, The Doctor's Wife a 9, The Rebels Flesh, The Almost People a 4, Good Man Goes to War a 7.5, Let's Kill Hitler a 6, Night Terrors a 7, The Girl Who Waited a 9, The God Complex a 9, Closing Time a 5, The Wedding River Song a 3.5. It has brought Connor's final score to 6.75.
Oh, wow.
Dead in the middle. You said between 6.5 and 7.
Okay.
You gave it a 6.75.
Alright, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think my score's going to be?
Ooh, a lot lower. I think yours is going to be about 5.5.
Really?
5.5 to 6.
Okay. I thought mine was going to be that low. But I gave A Christmas Carol a 9, Impossible Astronaut, Day of the Moon an 8, Curse of the Black Spot a 5.5, The Doctor's Wife a 9, Rebel Flesh, Almost People a 5.5, A Good Man Goes to War a 6.5, Let's Kill Hitler a 6, Night Terrors a 5.5, The Girl Who Waited a 7.5, The God Complex a 9, Closing Time a 5, and The Wedding River Song a 2, bringing my final series score to a 6.5.
What?
So pretty
That's what
close to you.
said.
Yeah.
Before, for mine.
Yeah. I thought it should be lower. And even now, like, I'm looking at the scores and I'm like, maybe it should be lower, but look, Christmas Carol and
Crumbs.
Day of the Moon and Doctor's Wife,
Yeah.
as well as A Girl Who Waited and God Complex, I gave quite high scores. But I just thought, like, I've never given a 2 before. Like, surely that would hinder my score so much so. But if we look to these scores in relation to previous series, I know for a fact that 6.5 is the lowest score that I've given a series. Let's have a look at you with 6.75.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely the lowest.
That's my lowest, and that is by far your lowest.
Yeah.
So beyond that, your lowest is 7.1 with the specials,
Jesus.
and 7.23 with series 1.
Wow.
Series 1, I feel like you're a little harsh on some of them episodes.
I know.
Maybe the end of the world was a bit rough for you. But
Just that was a long time ago, you know. Different man now.
different man.
Different man.
It's hard to think though, like a year and a half later.
Yeah, that's it, really.
On to Series 7, is there... I know we're going to be split up, this series. We're aiming to do part 1 before the new series of the Series 13 comes out. And then we'll do part
That's
2
going to be
after.
interesting, isn't it?
But out of the entire run of episodes, do you have one you're most excited to rewatch?
Crumbs. Probably... Name of the Doctor would be really cool. Bells of St. John. Obviously, Dinosaurs and Spaceships Close to Us. Power 3 would be interesting to rewatch. All of part 1 would be really cool.
Yeah.
Journey to Send the TARDIS would be funny.
Oh my god.
That would be funny.
Fucking rip.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
I'm kind of keen for all
High
of
would
them.
be fun. High would be fun.
It's hard for me to find an episode I'm not keen for. How about that?
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah.
Hyde was always... I was like, this has got to be like a dark episode. I remember it not being that, but that'd be interesting.
I think it starts off that way. I don't know. For me, I think I'm most keen for Snowman and Bells of St. John, because they're 2 of my favourite episodes of the whole show.
Yeah.
So I'm keen for
Of course, you and the Snowman are like...
I love the Snowman, man. My favourite Christmas special. Again, like, I know it, like, I'm not saying it's the best Christmas special or one of the best episodes, but I just really enjoy it.
Gets the job done, you know.
Yeah. And Name of the Doctor, really keen for. Just all of it, man. Just fucking all of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really interested to start watching it. You've watched Dr. Widow in the Wardrobe.
I have. I watched it yesterday.
Watch it soon. Interested to rewatch it.
I'm interested to talk about it next week. Next Monday we're having a chat, aren't we?
Yes, correct. So I have to get that out of the way, actually.
Yeah, in a few days. So that's exciting. Shall I give everyone a bit of a sneak preview of what's to come in Season 7 with our guest lineup?
Sure.
Continue rolling in with our 4 regular guests. Hopefully maybe we can get another new guest or something. Would be cool.
What's this? Josh Snares?
Whoa, hit us up, baby.
Probably not, but that's okay.
Our first guest of the run will be Dylan joining us for A Town Called Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Straight after that, once again...
Dylan full-on predicted this, by the way.
Yeah, Dylan said, I bet Dan's going to do Power of 3, because the two times Dylan's come on the show before, Dan's done the episode after him.
Yeah.
Which is happening again. So Dan's going to come on and do the Power of 3. So that's going to be great. Then Vinny should hopefully be joining us for the Bells of St. John.
That's correct.
And then Xavier is going to be joining us for Hyde, which I know Nick was kind of keen for. But
did he say that?
Xavier wants to do Hyde, yeah.
I remember that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, I spoke to him
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I remember saying that. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, no,
right.
he wants to go on for Hyde. And then we need to get our heads around what we're going to do for it, but we are going to do a big build-up to Day of the Doctor. We're going to make it the biggest episode we've ever done.
Yeah.
Don't know what yet. We're just kind of hyping it up.
Who knows?
I feel like this was Moffat writing 7B. People are like, what's happening in the 50th? And he's like,
just
bigger than everything. Bigger than everything we've ever done.
Just make it huge, make
Massive.
it big. We'll do it. We'll figure out when we get there.
That's us. We'll do the name of the Doctor.
Don't know.
What are we doing next week?
I don't know. Who knows? It'll be good though.
Alright, thank you for 6 great seasons, everybody.
Thank you.
Really looking forward to the
Peace
next
and love.
Peace and love. Connor, thank you. It's been nice.
Oh, stop it, you.
Oh,
I'm really glad we can do this together. It brought us back together, which always makes me feel happy.
Yeah, it is good, isn't it?
We barely saw each other, and now
Miss those days.
you're stopping me every week,
Woo!
whether you like it or not.
It's been like 2 months or so since I've seen you in person, though. So
2 months, really? In person? I saw your Saviours.
oh yeah.
So it's Saviour's birthday.
Sorry, yeah.
party.
Since we've
Friend of the
recorded an
show.
episode, it's been 2 months or so
It's been 2 months since. Oh my god!
since Doctor's Wife. Yeah,
Shit.
yeah. We should go back to doing it more in person because I feel like
Yeah, it's always fun.
it's a bit more kinetic. I feel.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Hmm.
I like it.
All right. So wrap it up.
Wrap it up like a Christmas present for our next episode, which is gonna be the Doctor,
Festive
the Widow,
theme.
and the Watch. Yeah, hit that festive.
Not yet. Not yet. Not till next week.
I'm literally referring to next week, as in like that's what I'm gonna say.
Oh.
I bet you feel bad now.
I just feel like it's really awkward now. Alright.
That's what I'm gonna say on Monday.
Shall we sing the song?
Yes, I brought
Elmo's song.
my Elmo.
Na 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 na. Elmo's song.
Elmo. I bought this.
Na 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 na. Elmo's song. Shall we do it?
Sure. Alright, ready?
Count me in, baby.
And a 1, and a 2, and a skilly dilly do. It's
Aidan
and Connor's podcast. We're doing Doctor Who review. Doctor Who review. Season 6 is finally done.
I feel like our podcast episode was better than the episode itself.
Oh, it always is. Even when we're reviewing like Heaven Sent and shit.